President Biden's polling problems getting worse today. New polling from CBS shows 74% of respondents believe things in the U.S. are going somewhat badly or very badly. That same poll asked how folks would describe the president. 38% saying, I'm being ineffective here. 38% saying effective, 57% say he is distracted, 51% say he is incompetent. Meantime, Director of the Economic Council, Brian Deese, weighing in on the economy, saying this when asked about a possible recession.
Yes or no, is the U.S. falling into a recession?
Well, there are always risks, but here's where I think we are. Our economy is in a transition from what has been the strongest recovery in modern American history to what can be a period of more stable and resilient growth that works better for families.
All right, let's bring back Ford and Melanie. Ford, your thoughts about is he 51% saying incompetent? Your feelings about President Biden and how people are feeling about him right now?
Well, a majority of Americans, 56%, disapprove of his handling, and that's a very high number because they see him as a comatose zombie who is late to react, and when he does, he throws gasoline on an already blazing dumpster fire. There's an electoral tsunami building up for the 2022 midterms, and it's going to come down to one stat, and that is every American in this country, because of Biden's inflation policies, are paying $311 more each month. And that is something that the Democrats can't run, no matter how much they lie, distract, or fearmonger.
Yeah, and it's like $5,000 a year per household for gas, just for gas, Melanie. And you know, people kind of, their personal experience is something's wrong.
Indeed, and the Biden administration is pretending as if we're not experiencing them.
Right.
They're pretending as if every time we go to the gas tank, we're not paying more money, as if every time we buy groceries, we're not paying more money. They are in this state of denial as if we're not experiencing it. They're telling us, no, you're not experiencing that. And if you are experiencing it, it's not our fault. And if you just hold on, it's going to be okay. They are not operating in a sense of reality, and they are not operating with any sense of urgency. And it's maddening to see what they're doing, even with the formula shortage. I don't have any small baby at home.
I can't imagine being in that situation right now.
Being in that situation, and they're like, oh, we'll hold a hearing in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What is my baby going to eat?
I know. Yeah, I need the food now.
Crazy.
I wanted to get to this before we leave. The Daily Mail reporting that an English government agency that works on child development tweeted out this graphic suggesting that babies as young as 3 months old can be racist, even though they're unable to speak. The graphic is titled, "Children are never too young to talk about race." I don't know if this is a Babylon Bee. Sometimes I wonder if they're putting me on, trying to see if I'll put it on the air. But Melanie, my experience is 3 months old. No, they're not racist. I guarantee you, they're not thinking about that.
To hear my mama tell it, I was talking at 3 months, but that's another story. You know how you know that this is that the purpose of this was to demonize white people?
No.
Because what they didn't say in that infographic is not that babies can identify familiar races. Mm-hmm. What they said was that they can identify whiteness, and that's how you know. That's how you know that the purpose was to demonize white folks.
Yeah,
and that. It could have been very neutral. They could have said very simply that babies identify with races that they're familiar with, but that is not what they said.
I think that they could have just said, Ford, that babies can recognize faces that are around them. I mean, They recognize mama, they recognize daddy. I mean, Are they different? Does one have a different color hair, different complexion?
Bob,
Yeah.
This is the whole thing. Identity politics has broken people's brains just like COVID did, okay? And there's also an entire cottage industry of charlatan diversity consultants that are pushing this stuff. And unfortunately, it's going to get us nowhere. All it's going to do is create more division. And when you look at it, look, political agendas don't belong in schools, and now they don't belong in nurseries. And that's where we are.
Yeah, I agree. That's where we've gotten. We've gotten to the point we're actually talking about 3 months old being racist, which is just preposterous. And
it's an insane proposition.
Yeah, and that's where we are. It's like the left is becoming so far left that they're a joke. And that's why in November things are not going to go well for them. Even though the people on the right are not perfect either, but people look at this and say, well, we can't have those people in charge. Look at what they're doing being in charge. So Ford O'Connell, Melanie, Collette, thank you.
Thanks, Bob.